Hello everyone. Can you see this board?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we were stuck at the interpretation of divergence. Although the physical meaning of divergence is just 1 minute, guys. It's okay. So the physical meaning of divergence is the outgoing flux per unit volume, and we can prove it also. So we were stuck somewhere in the derivation. So let's quickly finish it. So there is a flow, and we are going to find out how much. It's a two-dimensional flow, and we are going to find out how much flux is passing out through this cross-sectional area. So this is, let us say, delta x. This is, let me make it a bit bigger. And let us say this is the axis, coordinate axis. Okay. Let us assume this is point x naught, y naught. This width is delta x. This width is delta y. And this is x naught plus delta x, y naught plus delta y. This is x naught, y naught plus delta y. X naught plus delta x, y. Okay. And vector v consists of two components, the x component, which can be function of both x, y, I cap, plus by. This can be function of both j cap. Okay. So let us calculate this is the discussion of divergence. Okay. Net outgoing flow along x-axis. So let us say we have some flow vector in this direction. So what is the flux passing through this? Due to the x component, because there is no contribution because of this y component. So how much is the contribution due to x component? So here, let us say at this point, what is the velocity? Vx, x comma, let us say this gap is y. Okay. So how much is this? What is this position? This is x naught comma y, and let us say the elementary width here is dy. So this is the flux passing through such a small length. How much is the flux passing through this point P1 to P2? It is obviously integral of this quantity Vx, x naught, and y can be written as y naught plus. So this is y prime and this is y, right? So this is y, which is y naught plus y prime. Okay. This dy. Let me write it here. Y is equal to y naught plus y prime, or dy is equal to dy prime.
Oh, yeah. कितनी बार तक खरीद लिए सेल्स
Mute your mic, please. Mute. What is the limit? P1 means when y was y naught or y prime was 0. To the next limit, P2 means Ayurditya, please mute your mic. From P2, P2 means either y naught plus delta y or y prime is equal to delta y, right? Whatever limit you prefer. How much is this flux? It is x naught, y naught. Let us do a small Taylor expansion here. What is the next quantity? Y prime this quantity is measured at this point. So do you know Taylor expansion?
We have studied that in last.
Okay. So we are expanding this quantity around x naught, y naught. X naught remains same all the time. So x naught, y naught. Second is derivative with respect to y prime and measure this quantity here, right? Into dy. dy is equal to dy prime, so I can also write dy prime. So everything, so y prime is the variable here, okay? What is this quantity? So there is no integral now. First quantity is bx x naught comma y naught 0 into y prime delta y plus second quantity is del Vx upon del V prime at x naught comma y naught is a constant. What is inside? Y prime square y2 0 delta y. So what is the answer here? Vx x naught y naught delta y. What is the answer here? Delta y square y2. Okay. Similarly, flux through P1, P2, P3, P4. P3 is this, P4 is this. Everything is same. What is the change? X naught is now replaced by x naught plus delta x. So I'm going to write it directly. Flux through P3, P4 is equal to Vx x naught plus delta x, okay, y naught delta y plus what is this quantity? Okay, let us solve it. Integral y prime is equal to 0 to y prime is equal to delta y.
So cannot we write the same as we then
Sorry?
cannot we change just x from x plus delta x instead of integrating all this?
Okay, let us do it. I think we'll get the same result, no worry. So how do I write this quantity? Anyway, Vx x naught plus delta x y naught delta y. Okay, we just replace by this del Vx upon del V prime x naught plus delta x y naught delta y square by 2. Now if you see, this will be some number, this will be some number, but what about this quantity? These are small numbers, right? We choose delta y or delta x to be small. Let us say delta y is equal to 1 millimeter. What about delta y square? This is 10 to the power minus 1 centimeter. This is 10 to the power minus 2 centimeter. The 1000th part of 1 centimeter, right? So obviously delta y square is much less than delta y. So we can ignore this term. It is second order. Similarly, we can ignore this term, right? So what is the net outgoing flux in the horizontal direction? It is this Vx x naught plus delta x y naught delta y minus this quantity. What is this quantity? Any idea? So delta y is common. Okay. What is this quantity? Right. So this is the net outgoing flux along x-axis. Okay. Or in 3D. So what is the net flux? Is equal to per unit area. This term also cancels. Is equal to this, which is equal to divergence of vector B, right? Or in 3D, net outgoing flux per unit volume now. Is the same thing, divergence of vector B. Okay. So divergence is precisely equal to the outgoing flux per unit volume from a small area. Any doubt here? उसको लेके किसी को कोई डाउट है?
No, sir.
Okay. What about curl now? So let us, what is the curl? Strength of like rotation. Let us say we have some cyclone. Cyclone means?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, why are those del X and del Y terms coming?
Just a minute. What are you talking about? Del X, del Y.
Yes, sir.
You mean delta X, delta Y, huh?
Yes, sir.
See, okay. Let us say there is a garden here, okay? And in garden, the water is flowing. But the flow of water is something like this. The question is to find out where is the water source. इस garden में पानी का source कहाँ पर है? What technique will we apply?
Sir, we use where the divergence is positive.
Right. So what is the technique? Take a small area here, okay, and calculate what is the net flow of water. If it is net positive, obviously there is this water source somewhere inside this small area. If divergence is 0 means there is no water source here. And let us say divergence is negative, it means there is a hole in the ground here. Water is coming inside this hole and disappears. So that's why we take a very small area here of a length delta X, delta Y, and just calculate how much is the outgoing flow. If it is 0, no source. Positive means there is a water source. Negative means there is a hole. Now we take limit. Okay, we just shrink. If we are looking for whether there is a water source at this end or not. Now we shrink this, and if we get a water source here, obviously we will get this term positive. It's like how do you calculate density? जैसे कोई आपके पास एक ऑब्जेक्ट है, it has a non-uniform distribution of material, and when it is non-uniform, it means density is a function of x, y, z. Let us say density is this, some x, y square z, kilogram per meter cube. Okay. Can you please tell me what is the mass at x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, and z is equal to 1? What is the answer?
Sir, rho into V. V equals to your given dimensions.
Right. So when I ask what is the mass at this position, it has no meaning. Obviously, because mass always takes some volume. But you can always define density at a point. But आप density to एक point में define कर सकते हैं ना? Same thing is here. How do I locate water source? Water source is a point source, right? So what
Yes,
is
sir.
the technique? Draw a small area, check divergence in this area, and keep shrinking it. Now there are many ways of shrinking. Let us say water source is somewhere here, and you shrink to this point. This is the source, but you are shrinking towards this point. आप सब boundary को देखो shrink कर रहे हैं. It means your divergence will be what? आपका divergence 0 आएगा. But if you shrink boundary to this point, then your divergence will not be 0. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's a usual practice that take a finite source, और जहाँ पे आपको water source पता करना है, उसकी ओर approach कीजिए from all directions. Okay. If there is a water source there, your answer will be non-zero. So I agree that I should take x naught y naught at the center or somewhere between. मैं मानता हूँ कि थोड़ा derivation उस मामले में थोड़ा सही नहीं है. But mathematically it will work. If I am going to take divergence at x naught y naught, my x naught y naught should be somewhere in the center. So yes, we should take care of that factor here. But उससे calculation थोड़ा सा lengthy हो जाएगा. But ultimately you will get the same answer.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
What about curl? So curl tells you like what is the strength of rotation. Let us say you see the, I mean, those who are living at the coastal side or at the near sea, they face this cyclone problem very frequently. Cyclone means it's like the circular motion of air, right?
And water.
And water also. The same thing happens in water as well. Question is, how do I define, how do I quantify this sense of rotation? One very non-technical answer, I mean, those who are not interested in physics, they will tell that, okay, make a pedal wheel. Pedal wheel means just make some excess of, like, take a pen, okay, put a ball bearing here and attach two pedals to this ball bearing. So when this pedal, so there is one pedal here, one pedal here. Let us say air is passing through in the same direction. Then obviously this pedal will not rotate. But if air is passing through in the opposite direction, then this pedal wheel will rotate like this. Okay. And if air changes its velocity in the other direction, the pedal wheel will rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise. So make a pedal wheel, put it here. If this wheel is rotating, this pedal wheel is rotating, it means there is a cyclone. If you put pedal wheel right at the center of the cyclone, it will rotate at very high speed. So using the angular velocity of this pedal, you can quantify the strength of cyclone. So the curl also define the same thing. So why does curl define these things? I mean, how can curl tells you the strength of the cyclone or strength of the rotation? So the idea is quite simple. Let us say this is the flow of air. This is V. All the velocity vectors are same. And I put pedal wheel, let us say one side here, other side here, this, and it can rotate from the center. Will this wheel rotate?
No, it will translate.
It will translate. Let us ignore the translatory motion for now. So there is no rotation, right?
Yes, sir.
No rotation, and there is a translation. Okay. So let us say, okay, let me also use the coordinate at the same time. So this is Z. Z means vertically up. X means horizontal. Plane of board. And this is Y. Y means this is also horizontal, but it is perpendicular to board. So the air is flowing in the XY plane. Air horizontally flow कर रहा है. Okay. So vector B is actually some Y component only. Okay. Let us remove this also. So this is the velocity of air, and if I put some pedal wheel here, no rotation, translation is there. What about this situation? So this is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis, and this is obviously minus x-axis now. So air is flowing in this plane, or vector v here is b j cap, but on this side it is flowing like this. What is the vector here? Vector v is minus v j cap. And let us say I put a pedal wheel like this, one side on this side and one side on this. Rotation, क्या rotate करेगा?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Translation? No. Anyway, we are ignoring translation, so don't worry about the translation part.
No, sir.
The third case, and third can be the most general case. This is the flow of air. What I saw, as you go along x-axis, the velocity of air is increasing. The speed component is increasing with x. And let us say I put a pedal wheel here. Rotation है?
No, sir.
Sir, it rotates until it becomes horizontal.
Okay. So there is a momentary rotation, right? And translation is also there. But don't worry about the translation. We are just ignoring it. So why do we have a rotation here? Why do we have rotation in this case? And why don't we have rotation in the first case? In mathematics, all these three things can be explained by one single term. The y component of air, if this quantity is not 0, agree? See, when del v y by del x is 0, it means what? Vy is equal to constant. This is the first case. The y component of air was constant all the time, and that is why there was no rotation. What about here? If you put a pedal wheel on this side, there is no rotation because we have the same velocity here, we have the same velocity here. Both the pedals are getting same amount of force. जब तक दोनों pedal पे same force रहेगा, rotation नहीं हो सकता. Now there is a same force, but direction is now changed. That is why there is a rotation. Or what is the Vy here? It is minus here. What is Vy here? It is plus here. Difference is 2v. So del Vy upon del x is non-zero here. This is most general case. On both the pedals, there is force in the same direction. दोनों pedals पे एक ही direction में force है, but the amount of force is different. जो force का magnitude है वो same नहीं है, and therefore this pedal will rotate as long as this force is non-uniform. Or in mathematics, if this term is not 0, there is a rotation. Direction? This is anti-clock, right? If this quantity is, let us say, greater than 0, What is the direction? The pedal will rotate like this. Let us say air is flow, and if there is a opposite flow, the pedal will rotate clockwise. This is the flow in along xy axis. So this is one type of flow. I mean, this is along y axis. Other possibility is that flow is like this. So this is x axis, this is y axis, this is z axis. Again in the same xy plane, अभी xy plane में है. Other possibility is this. The flow is like this. It means vector b is now what? Some b times I cap, right? And this b is not constant. As you go along y, this b is increasing. What I write it? So this is by. So it is x component, so write x, okay? If I put a pedal here, let us say I put pedal somewhere here. What is the direction of rotation?
Clockwise.
Clockwise, right? So you can see if del by del x is greater than 0, pedal rotate anti-clock.
Sir, less than 0 because it is clockwise.
See, in the previous case, if this quantity is positive, pedal was moving anti-clock. For this case, if this quantity is positive, what is the direction of pedal? Clockwise, right? Vx, the x component of air, is increasing as you go along y axis. यहाँ पे x component सबसे छोटा है. आप y के along बढ़े, x component और ज़्यादा हो गया, then और ज़्यादा हो गया. It means this quantity is positive. And if you put a pedal, obviously this pedal will move clockwise. So what is the net effect if air is in the 2D plane? यदि air 2D plane में, let us say this is the flow of air. This is x. This is y. No, this is not y. This is y. This is z. And let us say air is like something like this. It has x component. It also has y component. ये x के along ही flow कर रही है. ये y के along ही flow कर रही है. Then what is the net force for the anti-clock rotation? So this component drives anti-clock, this component drive clock, or I can write del by upon del x minus del vx upon del y anti-clock rotation. Agree? Right? And this anti-clock rotation is usually represented by, यदि xy plane में anti-clock rotation है, this rotation is represented by k cap. And if xy plane में clockwise rotation है, then it is represented by minus k cap. This is a convention. कैसे आया? We will discuss. I can write this is equal to. Now I'm not writing anti-clockwise. I'm just writing k cap. K cap means anti-clock. Can you identify this term?
Sir, cross product.
this is what? This is the z component of this curl, right? So z component of this curl tells you the effect of air in the xy plane. Similarly, y component tells you effect of the air flowing in the yz plane, sorry, zx plane, and so z components is the flow of air in xy plane. Y component, flow of air in zx plane. Similarly, x component tells you the flow of air in yz plane. Okay. So in principle, air can have all three components. हवा के तीनों component हो सकते हैं. And the actual rotation is extremely complicated. यदि आप तीनों component को एक साथ study करेंगे air के, the rotation in 3 dimension is super complicated. उसको आप visualize भी शायद ना कर पाए आसानी से. So del cross V, all three terms give you the final answer. Okay. This is the effect of flow only in one plane, that is xy plane. Any doubt here? So that's how curl tells you the effect of rotation. कहाँ से connected होगा ये in physics? This is a wire carrying current I. What is the magnetic field due to this wire?
Mu naught I by 2 pi r, sir.
Whatever, but the magnetic lines of force are like these circles, right? So obviously there is no air, but if you put a magnetic dipole, यदि आप इसमें एक magnetic dipole रखेंगे, something which can sense the presence of magnetic field, ऐसा कुछ भी जो magnetic field की presence को sense कर सकता है, that will behave according to this magnetic lines. And how do you find the strength of these magnetic lines? इसकी strength को आप कैसे quantify कर सकते हैं? Answer here is use
compass.
Compass is the physical technique. Mathematically, the curl of V can tell you how strong is this magnetic field. But you already know, आप physics में पढ़े हैं, the strength obviously depends on the current. It means, although जब आपका time आएगा, you will come to know, del cross B is proportional to I. So this is just a guess for now. Del cross V is somewhere related to strength of the field. Since it is a rotatory field, इसका करंट निकाल लेंगे, that will tell you how strong is this field. आपने पहले से पढ़ा है field का strength, current, and there are many other factors. So del cross V has to be proportional to I or some other constant or other power of I, but ये I से कहीं ना कहीं connected जरूर होगा. Okay. So this is just a guess. What is the exact formula? We will discuss whenever the time comes. Right? Any doubt here?
No, sir.
So these quantities can be used many places, depends on your requirement. And once you get the equations, you can compare to unknown results or to independent phenomena very easily. यदि कर्ल को आप कहीं भी यूज कर सकते हैं, this can be used anywhere where there is a sense of rotation. जहाँ पे भी आपको कुछ रोटेटरी फील्ड दिखता है, you can quantify it using curl. Okay. So this is the meaning of all these gradient, divergence, and curl. Now let us come back to the gradient. What is the direction? Along maximum rate of change, right? Let us say I have this function. Without any mathematics, can you please tell me what is the direction of maximum rate of change in xy plane? ये फंक्शन किस डायरेक्शन में मैक्सिमम चेंज शो करेगा?
Y direction. Positive Y direction.
पॉजिटिव y एक्सिस.
सर x इक्वल टू 0 के बाद सर शो करेगा.
It shows maximum rate of change. So let us say I travel 1 millimeter in various direction. किस डायरेक्शन में 1 मिलीमीटर चलने पे मैक्सिमम चेंज आएगा? So let us say I am here. If I go along y axis, what is the change? मैं पॉइंट A से पॉइंट B गया along y axis. How much is the change?
Nothing.
Nothing, because there is no y. x की जो वैल्यू यहाँ पे है वही वैल्यू यहाँ पे भी है. You increased y, but there is no y in this function. So this function does not change at all, right? Similarly, if I go along this direction, y 1 millimeter, no change. Let us say if I go along this direction, so I moved delta x along x and I also moved delta y along y. Okay, so delta x square plus delta y square root. This quantity is equal to 1 mm. So obvious है, delta x is less than 1 millimeter और delta y भी 1 millimeter से कम होगा. There will be some change here. Let us say this change is equal to so quantity here is f1. यहाँ पे quantity जो f की है वो f1 है. यहाँ पे ये हो गया f2. So how much is the change? f2 minus f1. If I go along horizontal direction, I reach here. Let us say quantity here is f3. How much is the change? f3 minus f1. My simple question to you is, which one is bigger?
f3 minus f1.
Why?
सर क्योंकि fx की डायरेक्ट वैल्यू x पे डिपेंड कर रही है, तो f3 जितना चेंज होगा
Right.
x की वैल्यू जितनी चेंज f3 में उतनी चेंज आएगी.
There is no effect due to y, right? Whatever you move in y, does not make any contribution in this function. So what is the maximum change when you go along x-axis? ये फॉर्मूला मैक्सिमम चेंज तभी शो करेगा जब आप x एक्सिस के along मूव करें. So non technically we got the answer. In which direction it show maximum rate of change? Along x-axis. Mathematically also, let us try del x square. What is the answer? I del x square by del x plus j del x square by del y plus k del x square by del z. Here also you can see the maximum change is along the y-axis. But one thing is quite clear. If I have a function of f(x) only, what is the direction of maximum change? I cap. If I have function of y only, what is the direction of maximum change? J cap. You can use whatever logic you want, चाहे तो आप मैथमेटिक्स लगा लीजिए, और you can think in non-technically also. If I have function of r only, what is the direction of maximum change? R cap. थीटा का फंक्शन होगा, डायरेक्शन इज थीटा कैप. फाई का फंक्शन होगा, डायरेक्शन इज फाई कैप. लुक क्वाइट ऑब्वियस, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. बट वी हैव गॉट समथिंग वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग रिजल्ट हियर. वी कैन राइट थीटा कैप, फाई कैप और एनी वेक्टर वेरी इजली विदाउट एनी मैथमेटिक्स. हम थीटा कैप, फाई कैप को भी डिटरमाइन कर सकते हैं बिना किसी ज्योमेट्रिकल डायग्राम के. कैसे? लेट मी शो यू. 2D plane, polar coordinate. Means we are here. One baseline. This is the origin. Let us say we are here. What is the r cap vector? Move along this direction. And this is theta cap. Okay. And this angle is theta. And from geometrical, I mean from this figure, you can tell very easily that r cap is actually what is the component along x-axis? Cos theta I cap, sin theta j cap. Theta cap is cos, obviously it is 90° more, pi by 2 plus theta I cap, sin pi by 2 plus theta j cap. Now we are not going to draw this figure. अब हम ये फिगर भी ड्रॉ नहीं करेंगे. As long as I know these relations, यदि मुझे ये relations मालूम है, sorry, x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta, or the reverse. Reverse means this. I can find r cap theta cap vector in terms of I cap j cap. स्केलर्स से आप वेक्टर्स ड्राइव कर सकते हैं. You don't have to redo the geometry part again for the vectors. आपको वेक्टर्स पता करने के लिए दोबारा से ज्योमेट्री में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. Once you got the connections, स्केलर्स में कनेक्शंस मिला है, that is enough. कैसे? It is quite clear that gradient of any function of theta is equal to some function here, let us say f, obviously theta. What is the direction? It has to be theta cap. अभी पीछे डिस्कस किया है, right? और थीटा कैप इज इक्वल टू व्हाट इज एफ थीटा? एफ थीटा क्या है? ऑब्वियसली एफ थीटा इज द mod of this gradient. So theta cap is quite simple. जो भी वेक्टर आ रहा है इसको इसी के मोड से डिवाइड कर दीजिए. आई मीन जस्ट गेट द यूनिट वेक्टर. जैसे यहां पर del x square is 2x I cap. What is 2x? 2x actually is del x square mod. So what is I cap? You can write I cap as take the gradient of this s square and divide by the magnitude. That's how you calculate unit vector. किसी भी डायरेक्शन में आप पता करते हैं. You apply the same technique. वही हम यहाँ पे कर रहे हैं. What is theta here? This. Use any function of theta. आप theta का जो फंक्शन चाहे यूज कर लीजिए in this example and it will automatically give you theta cap. So there are many functions. बहुत सिंपली किए हैं. tan theta f theta is equal to theta. And let me give you even more simpler. F theta is equal to tan theta. Let us calculate the gradient of this quantity. What is tan theta? What is the gradient of this? I cap del over del x y upon x plus j cap del over del y upon x. What do you get from here? Minus y upon x square I cap. यहां से क्या मिलेगा आपको?
j cap by x.
Right? Or I can also write it to make the life simple. Take 1y x square out minus y I cap plus x j cap. Okay, this is del f theta. What is theta cap? Any idea? ये जो वेक्टर है this is in the direction of theta cap.
By tan theta.
So what is the unit vector along theta cap? Elementary science है but you guys are confused. ये x एक्सिस है, ये y एक्सिस है, ये कोई वेक्टर है. Let us say this vector is this. ये कोई वेक्टर ये है. This vector is proportional to theta cap. I mean theta cap भी इसी डायरेक्शन में ही होगा. This is theta cap. ये वेक्टर थीटा कैप से बड़ा या छोटा हो सकता है. हाउ डू आई कैलकुलेट थीटा कैप फ्रॉम दिस वेक्टर? बता सकते हैं?
Sir, function by mod of that function.
Mod of that function, right? So this is some vector. Although इसकी length 1 नहीं है, but we can make it 1. How to make it 1? Just divide this vector by its magnitude. इसी वेक्टर को इसके मैग्नीट्यूड से डिवाइड कर दीजिए. So what is theta cap? Is equal to this vector as it is divided by the mode. What is the mode? 1 by x square, and the mode of this is r. This cancels. 1 by upon r means sin theta I cap. X upon r. So this is theta cap. Same thing. Same thing you
Yes,
can
sir.
do for r cap also. ये टेक्निक आप r cap के लिए भी यूज कर सकते हैं. एफ आर कुछ भी ले लीजिए जो आपका मन कर रहा है. आर, आर स्क्वायर, साइन आर, कॉस आर, वॉट एवर. जितना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड फंक्शन लेंगे ये मैग्नीट्यूड विल बिकम कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. जो पार्ट ये वाला है ये पार्ट कॉम्प्लिकेट हो जाएगा, बट द अदर पार्ट दैट इज इनसाइड द ब्रैकेट वो चेंज नहीं होगा. सो कीप इट सिंपल, बिकॉज एज लॉन्ग एज यू टेक द मॉड दिस वेक्टर, दिस पार्ट इज गोइंग टू कैंसिल. जैसे ही आप यूनिट वेक्टर कैलकुलेट करेंगे दैट पार्ट विल नॉट कंट्रीब्यूट. व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट ऑफ दिस? So let us go back to the main thing. 3D spherical coordinate. क्या केस था यहाँ पर? So this is x-axis, y-axis. Let me draw the axis first. X-axis, y-axis, z-axis. What about spherical coordinates? So they lie on the surface of a sphere. एक sphere draw कर सकते हैं. So I'm not going to draw complete sphere, just a part of it. Those who are not clear about spherical coordinates, जिनको spherical coordinates clear नहीं है, please take some help of 3D figures or some animated figures that you can find on Google, on NPTEL websites. There are various video on YouTube. Please go through it. That will make the life quite easy. This is a point P on the surface. ये surface पे point P है. This is vector R. This angle is theta. Drop a projection from this point on the xy surface. इस point से xy surface पर एक projection draw कीजिए. Means draw a vertical from this point on this surface. Let us say it meet here. Then this line. This angle is called phi. Okay. And what is the connection between this r theta phi? ये सब आप पढ़ चुके हैं. R cos theta. Obvious है. If this length is r, this angle is theta. How much is the projection on z axis? R cos theta. What
Sir,
is the projection?
R cap.
Yes.
Sir, R cap is towards the observer, sir, or is that that side away?
R cap is perpendicular to the surface towards the observer, right? I mean, if you are
Okay,
looking at
okay.
a ball, then if you are looking perpendicular to it, it's towards you, right? What is
Okay, sir.
x? Remaining projection is on the xy plane. So what is the remaining projection in the xy plane?
Sir, R
sorry.
sin theta cos phi.
Along the x-axis, जो भी remaining है उसका फिर से x के along cos phi, and along x y axis sin phi. Sorry, sin phi. Quite easy. Question is, can you write theta cap, phi cap, r cap in terms of I, j, k? in terms of I cap, j cap, k cap. One method is geometrical. This is the r cap vector. Find its angle from the xyz axis. Imagine it. Try to write it. कर सकते हैं, बहुत मुश्किल नहीं है. What is the theta cap vector? Theta cap vector is along this. Again, find its angle with all other axes. Imagine कीजिए. What is the phi cap? Phi cap is along the. All right. Okay. So let me end this class. This. Life is quite tough here. Second is choose any function of theta and calculate the gradient. Relations आपको मालूम है. You can find the theta cap vector very easily in terms of I cap, j cap, k cap. Similarly for phi and r. So please do it, and we will discuss the remaining things in the next class. Yes, you can leave.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.